Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to install City Life Free, which is a mod for Arma Free. All the links you will need are going to be in the description. So when you are on this page, which will be the first link, you want to hit join now. Here you're going to get taken to a page where you need to create an account, but these are the rules you will need to read so you understand. So you'll basically understand the rules and regulations of the community and the server. So once you have read them, just make sure you take out read, understood, and agree to these rules and conditions. Okay, so when you actually have made your account, you want to validate your email address. So make sure you go to your email and find the email you will have received and click the validation link. Okay, so when your email has been validated, you will have to do an interview request. So you can either click here, or you can go on there and click on interview request at the top. So let's go and do our interview request. Okay, so what you need to do now is hit start new topic. Make sure you hit agree and proceed. Here you'll need to fill out all the information. So for your topic, you want to put something like interview request. Reason for joining. Just put a small, like anything you want really. Put your reason for why you want to join. So I would like to join City Life Free because I love to role play and I heard this sound like a robot. Yeah, this community is very good. Just something along those lines. It's anything you need really. What you want to do after this is put your Arma Free GUI PID in. So to get that, I will show you how to get that now. But the rest of information, just make sure it's accurate. So just make sure you enter the correct information. Well, in the world do you live? Just put. Just make sure all your information is correct. If you know any members, state it. How old are you? Please make sure the age is correct too. Make sure it's the age you are now, not before where you're going to be in a week's time or a day's time. Just put the age you are right now when you've signed up for this account. So, again, if you've just turned 14, you'll have to give a reason why. Your interview counterpart, make sure you read that. I think here you can put in any more additional information, but I think that is good so far. All we need now is to get your Arma Free. You need to make sure you get this too, because if it's incorrect or like you don't provide it, you won't be able to be whitelisted for the server. So I'll show you that now. Okay, so when you're actually at the menu of Arma Free, you want to hit configure, profile, any will do really. Click edit where it says player ID. You want to highlight it and hit Control C to copy. Okay guys, so after you've actually got the ID from Arma Free, like I showed you, make sure you just copy and paste it into here. Once you've done that, make sure all the information is filled in. Even for the ones you don't have any answers to, like knowing members community, just put no or no answer. Make sure just everything's correct, and then once you think you've done everything, just hit post new topic. It's just refreshing up now. Okay, and you will know if it's posted because it will redirect you to this page. And all you really need to do now is wait for apply from an admin to get you past the validating section, because right now you're invalidating. So once you have been validated, you can move on to the next step, which is actually installing the tools needed for the mod. Make sure you need to actually install everything before you actually go for your interview. So I will show you how to do all the install process of everything you need, and then we'll proceed on to the interview stage. Okay, so what you need to do is keep your eye on your emails. So when you actually have been validated, you should get another email confirming the status of your interview request. So what you should do is look for your email, and right now I've got a reply to the topic for the interview request, which you see me post earlier. So what you can do is you can click this link here, and it's going to take you back to that topic you made earlier, just to see what the response was. You might have got accepted, you might have got rejected. It all varies depending on the information provided, and as well as other things. So at the moment I've been welcomed to City Life RPG, which means I have been validated. You can check now, it went from validating to member. So we have got past that part. So now what we need to actually do is install the mod itself. And then once we've installed the mod, and as well as a few other things you need to install, what we actually do need to install is, of course, the mod itself, and other features, as well as Task Force Radio. If you already have Task Force Radio, you can skip that step, but for people that don't have it, I will be showing you how to install Task Force Radio, so do not worry about that. And I think another thing is just improving your TeamSpeak security level. Again, I'll show you how to do that as well. So right now, when you have been validated, you want to go to installing City Life RPG, and since you've passed these first two steps, you want to go on how to install. Okay, so now that you're at the how to install City Life RPG page, this is like all the notes and everything you need to know is here, where you can get all the information about how to install the mod. Every little bit of detail is all written down, but we will go through it step by step. So make sure you just follow them. These are just an important note you will have to read. So make sure you do that. So the one you actually we want to do now is step 2, which is download install City Life RPG launcher. Also, keep in mind, guys, you do need a few other things. You do need to have a working microphone. AMA3 installed and working, of course. Make sure you've understood the rules. You need to have TeamSpeak free. Again, if you don't have TeamSpeak, you need to install TeamSpeak. Otherwise, you won't be able to play on the mod. You just won't be accepted for it. So, again, working microphone and TeamSpeak. You'll need those two things as well as plugins for TeamSpeak. So we'll go through them all. Don't worry about it. But right now, you're at the installing stage. So we'll go through it step by step and we'll take it from there. So again, your ping has to be under a certain limit, and it says right there, 700 megaseconds. You're at least 14 years old or over. Quite simple. So what we need to do is click this CL3 launcher setup. Now I can't provide the link to this in the description because otherwise everyone can download the launcher without validating their accounts. Sorry, but that's just the way it is. So once you actually have been validated, then you can click this link to do the launcher setup. It should download the setup, and all you need to do is just run it and install. Simple as that, really. So while that is installing, okay, so when it has downloaded the setup, you just want to click on opening, run the setup. Yes. Wait, click that twice. So this will install the City Free Life launcher. Hit next. You want to accept to the terms. Next. Yes, yes to all this. Next. Then you want to pick your file path directory where you want to actually install the launcher. And then you want to hit install. I've already got it installed, so I will not be doing that. Okay, so when it has actually installed, you want to find the exe that you've just installed. It should be on your desktop or somewhere else. Okay, at this point you want to actually find your install directory of City Life. So you can search for it in your taskbar. For me, I already have it here, so I'm going to go on more, open file location. You want to right click the CL3 launcher, go on properties. You then want to click on the compatibility tab. You want to tick run this program as administrator. Make sure this is checked. Apply, go on OK. Okay, so when you actually have the City Life Free launcher running as administrator, all you need to do is actually run the exe or the City Life launcher on your desktop or wherever else you've installed it from, and this should open up. So again, I can show you how to do this. For me, I click start CL3 launcher, or if it's anywhere on your desktop, just double click on your desktop. You want to hit yes. Okay, now you're going to get brought to the actual page. This is where you need to enter the username and password you used for the website, for your website account. So if, again, for me it is Richard Smith password. Okay, so when you are actually logged in, you're going to want to actually make sure your launcher is updated. So click update launcher. Mine's already up to date, so it's not doing anything, but when you click update launcher, make sure it's up to date. After that, you just want to actually update City Life itself. So when you click that, it's going to take you to a download page. Just simply hit download, and then it's going to do the update. You're looking at downloading a repo size of around 16.42 gigabytes. That is my total repo size, you can see down there. But considering I already have them out installed and downloaded, that's the repo size at the moment of the time of making this video. So right now, what it's doing for me is it's checking to make sure all the files are there, but for you it will be downloading all these files individually and installing them. So it might go a bit slower for you guys. Well, by a bit slower, maybe a little longer, because you actually got to download up to 16 gigs worth of files. And when it's done, that is pretty much it. It'll return you back to this menu. Then simply follow these settings here. This is all depending on your system itself. So your max memory, you know, your CPU count, your X threads, your RAM. This is all depending on what system you have. So again, this is all your own choice what settings to put in. When you actually have gone for your interview and passed, etc., you can ask for assistance on this, and they can be guided for you, like specifics of how to get the CPU count and threads and your VRAM and everything correct. But that's pretty much it. So we'll move on to actually installing TFR and Teamspeak and getting you ready for your interview. Okay, so on the Teamspeak website, simply go to downloads and Teamspeak free client. Whatever system you are running on, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Windows, otherwise you won't be playing Armor free. So we'll just say, depending on if you're a 32-bit or 64-bit, just download the one you need. And install the instructions as said. Simple as that. Then Task Force Radio, you also want to download radio right here. Again, link will be in description. So make sure you download that. Then once you've got those ready, we can proceed with the next step. Okay, so we'll now do the TFR setup. So what you want to do is get the file that you downloaded from TFR, Task Force Radio. Open it up. Now you're going to get 3 folders, but honestly 2 are the only ones you're going to need. First of all, your armor free. What you actually want to do is highlight them and hit extract to. Then you're going to find your Steam apps, common, armor free. And that is it. You hit OK. And then that one is done. Okay, so now that you actually put your armor free folders in, all you have to do is do this folder. So you go to your Teamspeak free client, open that up, go to your plugins, then you extract to where you've got your folder from, where your Teamspeak is installed. So for me, I've installed it on my D drive. There it is. And plugins. You just hit OK. And that's that done. Okay, so now that you've got all the files installed for Task Force Radio, and once your mod has installed, you'll be ready to do the interview on Teamspeak. But there's a few other things you need to do before you proceed onto that step. So first of all, you want to open up your Teamspeak. Keep in mind, when you install Task Force Radio, you have to make sure your Teamspeak is closed while you're doing the installations. Once you've done that, you can open it. So first thing you're going to do is go on your identities. Make sure you improve your security level, which you can be found here. The lowest security level that City Life's Teamspeak will accept is 29. So make sure you put that in. Then hit start. While that is improving security level, you can go to your settings here, go to plugins, and you're going to want to make sure your Task Force Armor Free Radio is checked. Once you've checked that, then just simply close out and then wait for your security level to be done. Once you've done your security level, you want to get the City Life's Teamspeak address, and then get the password, which can be found on the page. It can be found here. However, I won't be showing it on the video for obvious reasons. Unless you're not a validated member, I'm not going to show you what the password is. So, go to the page, which can be found on how to install City Life, and simply get the password here, and the address is also here as well. So make sure you do that, and then once you are in, you need to go to waiting for interview channel on the Teamspeak, and then once you have done your interview, then that is pretty much it. You're officially installed and ready to play on City Life. To actually play on City Life, you simply open the launcher, and then hit play, and it will take you straight into the server, and that is pretty much how you do things. Okay, so when you've actually installed everything on Teamspeak, including the plugins, etc., and you think you've got everything installed and up to date on the mod, what you need to do is actually go for your interview. So launch TeamSpeak, go on connections, hit connect, make sure the address and password and the nickname is all right. The address and password can be found on the page, which I had to censor for obvious reasons unless you're a verified member. So once you've actually got the details in and you've got your nickname, which should be your account name on the website, just hit connect. You'll get taken to the City Life TeamSpeak, and here you're going to go on waiting for my interview. At this point you need to wait here until a helper comes and does your interview with you. Once you have been validated and you received your tags, you are ready to play on the server. So I will show you what to do once you actually get onto the server from there on, and after that it's pretty much all good to go. You're ready to play. So we'll get onto the server now. Now that you've done your interview and you've got your tags, now you want to click the joining server channel. At this point you're going to be actually going into the server. So what you need to do is actually load up your launcher. Check your settings, make sure everything is right, correct. Then when you think everything's good, you hit play. And then basically it will launch you into the server from there. At this point you need to be very patient for your first load into the server. The reason you have to be patient is you will have to go through an induction / tutorial phase, which a lot of people actually end up skipping by accident. And the reason why it's important to go through the tutorial phase is basically it is the point where you pick your character's face. And if you skip that part, you're not going to be able to pick your character's face, so you're going to be stuck with the face that originally comes when you first create your character. And the only way you can ever get a new face is if you donate for a surgery kit or you win one in an event, a surgery kit in an event. So it's very important that you be patient for your first load in and just sit it through and let the mod do its thing when you first join the server. But other than that, I will see you guys on the server now. Okay, so when you actually get into the server, this is what it will look like. You'll be asked to put in your date of birth. Make sure the year is right. Then you want to enter the password. And you want to hit register. Then once you've done that, you want to hit yes to register an account. At this point, you got to be very patient and not move at all. When you do this, the tutorial will start, and this is where you pick your character's face. If you move, the tutorial will cancel. The choice of picking a face will cancel, and you don't want that. So make sure you just stay still at this point. So we will hit yes to register an account. Okay guys, that is the end of this tutorial. I hope it helped you out. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.